Welcome to Everyday English Podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Everyday English Podcast. This is Anna.
And this is Mark. Hi, Anna. Hi, listeners.
Hi, Mark. I'm so happy to be here today, and I'm happy to see our listeners again.
Me too. You know, Anna, I was thinking, prepositions are hard, right?
Oh, Mark, don't say the P word. Prepositions are so tricky. Even my students get confused.
Exactly. That's why today we have a very special topic. We are going to talk about two little words that are very important. Today's topic is how to use in and into.
Yes, in and into. They look almost the same, but we use them differently. By the end of this episode, you will feel much more confident using them.
That's the goal. We want you to feel comfortable. So grab your coffee, your notebook, or just relax and listen. Let's do this.
Okay, Mark, why is this topic so important? Why can't we just use one word for everything?
Well, imagine you were talking to a friend. You want to tell them about your cat.
Oh, I love cats. Let's use my cat Whiskers as an example. Go on.
Okay. If you say Whiskers is in the house, that means he's inside. He's safe. But if you say Whiskers ran into the house, it means he was outside and then he moved to the inside. Do you see the difference?
Yes. In tells us where something is. It's a location. Into tells us about movement. It shows the action of going from outside to inside.
Perfect. That is the number one rule, location versus movement. So today, we will practice this with lots of examples from your daily life.
Great! Let's start with the easy one. In. We use in for a place or a space when you are already there. You are inside.
Like right now, I am sitting in a chair. I am in a recording studio.
And I am in the same studio with you. We are in a room. You can also be in a city. I live in London.
I live in New York. But Anna, what about smaller things?
Good question. You can be in a car. The food is in the refrigerator. The money is in my bag.
Food in the refrigerator. I'm hungry now. Let's do a quick sample conversation.
Hey, Mark, where are my keys?
They're in your jacket pocket.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. And where is my phone?
It's right there. It's in your hand.
So, did you hear that? In the pocket, in your hand. Location, no movement.
Right. Now, let's add the movement. Let's talk about into. Remember, into usually has a verb of movement, like go, come, run, jump, or walk.
Yes. So, if I am outside and I want to go inside my house, I say, I am going into my house.
Or, if you see a pool,
Don't push me, Mark, but okay. If I want to swim, I can jump into the pool.
good example. Let's think about a busy morning. You get into your car and you drive into the city.
And if you are driving, you must be careful. Don't crash into a tree.
Oh no, that is a very good example of into with movement, but let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yes, be careful. Okay, let's do another sample conversation, this time with into. Hey, Mark, where are you going?
I'm tired. I'm going to walk into my bedroom and sleep.
Wait, don't go into the bedroom yet. We have to finish the podcast.
Okay. I'll come back into the studio. You see, walk into my bedroom, movement. Come back into the studio, movement.
Perfect. You're a good actor, Mark.
Thank you. So, to practice, let's imagine a kitchen.
Okay, I love the kitchen.
The milk is in the fridge. If you want to make coffee, you take the milk out and then you pour the milk into your coffee cup.
Nice. The sugar is in the cupboard. You take the sugar and you put it into your coffee. So in is the state, into is the action.
Nailed it.
Okay, Mark. We need to talk about the mistakes our students make with this. Let's help them.
Absolutely. What is the most common mistake?
I think it's when people use in when they should use into. For example, a student might say, I put the book in my bag.
But that sounds okay, right? I put the book in my bag.
It does sound okay. And actually, in spoken English, many native speakers do this. They use in for everything. It's very common.
Oh, really? So it's not a big mistake?
It's a small mistake. It is better to say, I put the book into my bag, because put is an action, a movement. But if you say in, everyone understands you.
So the rule is, for writing or for very correct English, use into with movement. For casual speaking, in is sometimes okay for movement verbs.
Yes, but to be safe and to sound really good, try to remember the difference. A bigger mistake is the opposite, using into for location.
Ah, yes. Like saying, I am into the kitchen, when you mean you are standing inside the kitchen.
That sounds strange. It sounds like you are moving, but you are standing still. Don't say that.
Another tip. The word inside is similar to in. You can use them the same way for location. The cat is inside the box, but into is special for movement.
Good point. Okay, let's list the common mistakes quickly. Don't use into for location. Remember that into needs an action verb. It's okay to make small mistakes. We still understand you.
Yes, don't be afraid to speak. Mistakes are how we learn.
Okay, everyone, it's time to practice. We are going to recap. I'll say a sentence, and I want you to think, do we use in or into? Listen carefully.
You can say the answer out loud if you want, or just think about it.
Number 1. The pencil is the pencil case. Is it moving or is it just sitting there? The pencil is in the pencil case. Good.
Number 2. She walked blank the room. She was outside, then she moved. She walked blank the room. Into the room. Excellent.
Number 3. I live blank a small apartment. This is your home. It's a location. I live in a small apartment.
Last one. The boy jumped blank the lake. He jumped into the lake. Great job, everyone.
Let's say the key phrases together one more time slowly. Repeat after us, in your head or out loud. I am in the kitchen.
I walk into the kitchen.
The coffee is in my cup.
I pour milk into my cup.
The money is in my wallet.
I put the money into my wallet.
Wonderful. You did so well.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of the Everyday English Podcast.
I love this topic, Mark. I hope our listeners feel more confident now. Do you feel more confident?
I always feel confident with Anna as my co-host. But seriously, we hope this was helpful for you.
If you liked this episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. That helps us make more podcasts for you.
Yes, and if you want to practice, leave us a comment. Write a sentence using in and a sentence using into. We read the comments and we love to see your examples.
We really do. You can also give this episode a like if you enjoyed it. It makes us very happy.
Remember, learning English is a journey. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try your best every day.
Exactly. Keep practicing your English every day. Even 5 minutes a day helps.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.